This week's question is, should you build a vendor service practice? Sam, it seems like an obvious answer, yes, assuming your organization has decided to already work with this vendor, but is it really that simple?
Of course, it's not that simple, and that's why we're talking about it here. So you've decided to work with a vendor. That now means you have access to their solutions. Fantastic. But that doesn't mean you should create an entire practice around it, right? We're talking about updating the website, taking extensive amounts of time for training. This could just be a tool in the tool belt. So there are really three things a vendor can provide to make sure you're successful if you're actually building out a complete practice.
That's correct. So they should provide you service enablement training, a packaged go-to-market strategy, and some kind of lead sharing system.
Absolutely. So let's start with service enablement training. Most vendors will provide some level of technical training for their solutions. What you're looking for is a delivery or deployment type training. This will ensure your teams have the skills they need in a customer environment to be successful out in the field. These sessions should dive deeper into best practices during a delivery and troubleshooting tips to address issues they're going to find during a project.
So that training really is the foundation on building out the expertise that you need to be successful. And so the next point is that go-to-market strategy. So space I work with customers, with partners all the time on. So we've skipped the better together story step. So we're assuming that you know the value of your two organizations, and the go-to-market strategy, it's the execution plan on that. So built on top of that. The vendor should have a big influence on assisting with the development of those materials, of course. If you're working with AvePoint, like we have a say in the branding and certain messaging around that. So you want to work closely with us. And so these tend to be pre-made based on the solution you're using, or it could be customized specifically for the partnership. That decision will most likely be based on your potential market and impact to a partner.
Yep. And finally, the key, that lead sharing system. This is really a cherry on top. Not all vendors have this program accessibly for all partners. They will do typically have one. It's if they do typically have one, it's going to have some sort of qualification process to actually run through. The general idea is that the vendor may source opportunities internally for customer delivery projects, and then they'll have a system to actually distribute those out to partners who have gotten that delivery training.
I know all partners ask about that lead delivery, but that it's an important component. It's not the entire component. But with these three components, you can confidently say that building out that service practice would be a good investment. You'll have the training to be successful, the ability to source business, and then you'll also have supplemental opportunities from the vendor.
And that's right. And at the end of the day, building out a practice is a lot of effort. We're talking about, as I mentioned at the beginning, websites, collateral, events, training hours on billable resources. It can become very costly, and you absolutely should be clear that you're having a good ROI with these kind of investments. So you should expect the vendor to be co-investing with you to ensure that your organization is going to be successful.
Absolutely. And of course, you want to move forward on this same path with AvePoint. The first step is always to sign up and register as a partner. And you can do that going to avepoint.com/partners, and then talk to your partner manager about how AvePoint can help your services business grow.